Nestled in the picturesque countryside of County Down, Northern Ireland, lies the charming village of Grey Abbey. Steeped in history, this quaint settlement holds tales of ancient origins, rich architectural heritage, and the warmth of its people. Our story begins in 1193 with the abbey founded by Africa, the wife of Norman knight John de Courcy. Like many other knights of the time, John de Courcy was deeply religious, as was his wife Africa, daughter of the Norse king Godred of the Isle of Man, and between them they brought over English monks and founded the abbeys of Grey Abbey, of Inch, Downpatrick and Black Abbey. Like so many Cistercian abbeys of the time, it would suffer in various conflicts over the years, being burnt and raided many times, until its final demise in 1541 under Henry VIII's dissolution of the Monasteries Act. With the arrival of the great Scottish lord Hugh Montgomery in the 17th century, the village began to flourish. And in 1638, Hugh's son would build a large house for the family. It was called Rosemont. The Montgomery dynasty would leave an indelible mark on the village and surrounding territories, and many Montgomerys are laid to rest in the abbey grounds. In 1798, the United Irishman Rebellion would see many from the village take up arms against the repression and injustice of the English monarchy. One such man was the Presbyterian Reverend James Porter. Writing for the Northern Star under an alias, Porter denounced tyranny and mocked its supporters. After his capture, a mock trial by those tyrannical foes would see Porter given a death sentence. Temporary gallows were erected inside of James's home and his Presbyterian meeting house. It was recorded within the hour after his death that the body was delivered to his wife Anne. It is said that no solicitation or entreaty could tear her from its side. The little settlement that grew up around the monastic enclave of Grey Abbey was originally just a collection of small cottages. It was not until the time of the Montgomerys that the houses became a distinct village. This old building on Church Street, formerly Water Lane, was in the 1930s the elegant Orange Tree Tea Rooms. By 1881, the population was said to be 679. The village now boasted a blacksmith, a dispensary, a glass and china shop, and a hotel, formerly an old coaching inn. The Church of St. Saviour sits on a hill close to the ruins of the abbey. It was built in 1770 and rebuilt on a grander scale in 1869. In the early 19th century, it was said that not a cottage in the town didn't house a working loom, weaving linen and textiles. The land surrounding the village was said to be rich and fertile, the main crops being oats, potatoes, and flax for the linen trade. The Grey Abbey village of today is known mainly for the abbey, of course, but it also has quaint antique shops and delightful picturesque cottages. It still retains an old-fashioned rural feel. In Macomb's Guide to Belfast of 1861, it says, Grey Abbey occupies a pleasant and salubrious situation on the shores of Strangford Lough. It is prosperous and increasing, and the inhabitants, many of whom are engaged in the muslin and linen manufacture, show unquestionable indications of comfort. In 1861, the majority of the inhabitants of Grey Abbey were weavers, with looms in their own homes. There was also at this time 7 grocers, 1 bootmaker, 1 doctor, 2 woolen drapers, and 25 spirit shops in the village. So come and experience the timeless charm of Grey Abbey, where history, heritage and nature intertwine to create a tapestry of unparalleled beauty.
sinks low on the golden sky. Shadows lengthen as the day whispers goodbye. I've been traveling this road so long, chasing down my dreams to the place where I belong. I hear it call out to me, the yearning in my heart. Pull me forever closer, drag me back to the start.